guys, sorry for interrupting. I'm Nieves Jr. alongside
Jesse Torres.
And today on our 16th episode, we are going to be touching on a touchy subject, which is, can a relationship survive with social media? Or social media survive within a relationship, rather. Right? So, before we get into that, why are you looking
Social media can survive with a relationship. Oh, yeah.
All right. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk about our vlog that we started. We started a vlog on our podcast YouTube channel. We put out our first vlog, I believe it was Monday. Or no, was it Monday? No, it was New Year's. Yeah, and by the way, Happy New Year's 2020.
Happy New Year's.
And
2020.
Don't do it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you will have to see our vlog on our Sorry for Interrupting podcast YouTube channel. But yes, Happy New Year's and happy birthday to my son. His birthday is on New Year's. He's 7 years old, so shout out to him. And
happy birthday, Dewey.
He's funny. When we were singing happy birthday to him, we had the lights on.
He's like, wait.
Yeah, I'm like, what? He's like, turn the lights off.
Turn off the lights.
I'm like, okay. Oh man, he's funny. And if you're watching for the first time, thank you. We would like if you subscribe to our channel as well.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Right.
What is that? Ring the bell.
That's for notifications.
Oh, yes. You want they want to be notified.
I would hope. Yeah.
We want you guys to be notified, so hit the bell.
And if you notice, we are pretty lit this time. Not like party lit, like lit up.
Like, let there be lights.
So we purchased lights, and it may be a bit brighter, but I think the reason for that is so that way we can be more, I guess, not so dark, because in
we look dimmed.
Yeah, in our previous episode we was using just one light that was on top of the camera that we're using now, but we purchased two lights that have us lit up on both left and right of us. And to see how we set it up, you can watch our second episode. That's going to be, if you're listening to this today, Monday or Sunday, it'll be released on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, we will be dropping a new vlog, pretty much like a BTS behind the scenes, or just a vlog of our daily lives. So we really hope that you guys enjoy that piece of content. And if you do, again, just please subscribe to the channel to see more of that. And I think that's it for those announcements, right?
Yeah.
Jesse don't know. No, but I know that there were some things that we want to talk about. I know every time we do a podcast, we discuss what we're going to talk about. I mean, to be prepared. You know?
Yeah, well, we were also going to talk about touch base just a little bit on our last episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, listen, setting up the lights and everything like that, if you watch the vlog, when you watch the vlog, you'll see it's a lot of process. We're going to speed it up for you, but there's a lot.
He was mad.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Listen, to be honest, setting everything up is frustrating, not only because it's time consuming and then it's hot and you're trying to do this in a timely manner, because we do both work full-time jobs, so we want to be able to record, do the vlog, then I got to go home and edit and put everything out. So it's like I'm crunch for time, so it's a little frustrating.
And then we have a tight spot here, so it's like
we don't have
moving around. Studio. I don't know too much how to set it up, just learning. So it's, it could get frustrating.
Yeah, so it was frustrating. And then I was using my phone to do the time lapse, and then Jesse has a tripod that was built by Legos.
First of all, I'm not like tech savvy, I guess.
My phone kept on coming out of the little tripod spring.
I used to use it for pictures of when I used to do Beachbody. So it worked for me. It wasn't for like a long period of time. So then my kids have been using it. So it's flimsy now.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Just thinking about
We're
it.
We're over it now. We're here.
But yeah, and we were on the You Me We podcast. If you haven't listened to it, go back to our last episode 15, before the year 2020. We went to their studio, beautiful place, beautiful people, and we had a great hour-and-a-half conversation. So if you're willing to sit and listen or watch, please, by all means, go ahead. It's very entertaining. There's a lot of good stuff going on. And one of the conversations that we had in there, I feel, was very inspirational, because we were, I guess, having conversations about like podcasting and to start one outside of the relationship. And I told Vicky, who's part of the You Me We podcast, that she should start her own.
Like a little spin-off.
Yeah. And
she's working on it, and it's coming out soon.
I think they posted on Instagram, Living La Vida Vicky.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I really want to see what it's all about, and I'm very happy, and I pray that you have great success in this new journey of yours, doing your own podcast. So good luck on that.
Don't worry, Ode. She'll still be with you.
Well, she's going to need you. So
oh, yeah.
You're definitely going to be involved because she don't know how to edit yet.
But, yeah, it's amazing to see other people, like, you know, just, you know, growing within, especially, like, now we're doing podcasts and now we're doing videos and we're doing vlogs. So it's, you know, these little baby steps that it's gonna make a difference later on, and I say it is because I speak into existence that it's gonna be successful for each of us.
Yeah.
So it gets me happy to see other people also growing.
Yeah.
And in every aspect in their life, of their life.
And I think that's what we are. Our main objective or goal is. It's to inspire. I mean, we said that in most of our podcasts, but it's really to inspire and to reach people and to communicate, build a community around these conversations, because we do feel that a lot of these things are not spoken of, or they are in small groups. So we're trying to bring it to people, you know, so they can have the opportunity to speak on different platforms and say what's on their mind.
Getting out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, just like what Jessie has been doing from the beginning of this podcast.
I'm not sweating, guys. Like, I used to.
Hold on, I want to fix you. Oh, sorry, I wanted to fix her mic because I feel like...
Why is it like that?
Only because, okay, so if for the people that are not watching, I'm fixing...
For the people.
For
the people in the back.
So, for the people that are not watching, I have new stands that are not like those arm ones that we used to have before. If you never watched, there are these bendy arm desktop stands for microphones. We got rid of those. Well, we still have them, but we're using tabletop microphone stands. And reason was because it was because I felt that the microphones were too close in our face and you weren't able to see us speak. Mainly for me, because I always have the microphone directly into my face, so you never get to see my reactions fully. So this was an opportunity to go ahead. This was an opportunity for us to get microphones where we can still speak and they still catch our voice very well. And I just now was listening to Jessie, and when she moves, because she moves a lot, her voice is going in and out. So I said maybe I have to adjust her microphone.
Is it good now?
It is good now.
Okay.
So sorry for that.
Anyhow. I'm not sweating anymore. That's what I was about to say. I feel very much comfortable. Like, I feel comfortable now.
You should be, because...
Not too comfortable.
No, but I think...
comfortable where I'm like, okay, I'm not as nervous as I was before getting on.
Yeah.
I used to, like, I know it's TMI, but, like, feel, like, all sweaty and stuff. Never stinky, but sweaty.
But speaking of which, of stinky... Yesterday.
Oh, yes. Oh, I like that transition. Yes. I didn't do it on purpose. Okay.
But speaking of stinky,
I cracked myself up.
Yesterday we had a family gathering, which was amazing.
Yes.
We had a great time. And Sasha, my cousin, she brought up a topic that I had posted about a couple of days ago that I heard on the radio, of people not washing their legs. And when I heard that the first time a couple months ago, I was like, people don't wash their legs? I thought that's something that people do. But when I heard about this, and then my cousin Kim, Sasha's sister, says, no, this something came up on social media months ago, and it just hit the radio station now because, you know, the guy was trying to figure out if everyone washes their legs. So long story short, we had this conversation, and I just felt that conversation alone could have been its own podcast. But it's just interesting to me that people are out there, and if this is you, please do not take offense to this, but if you do not wash your legs, I just feel that is disgusting and lazy. And
wash your legs.
Because
wash your legs, wash your feet.
Yeah.
Like, only because water's going down and you're, lathering your body, and there's soap going down and you're putting enough, like, what was it that they said that he puts enough that
He puts enough soap that will cover.
That's not washing. You're not scrubbing. You're not washing.
If that's the case, you just get a sponge
and you just like
squeeze it over your head, and that's you took a bath.
That's disgusting.
You know, and then to play devil's advocate, Kim mentioned, well, then people, they use a sponge to use it to clean their bodies. But not everybody, like it's like a rag or a
loofah.
Yeah,
loofah.
I don't use that only because I feel that the bacteria stays stuck in there. But then Kim said, what about when you wash your dishes and use the same sponge? Are you supposed to just use one sponge after you wash your dishes and throw it out and keep using it? I don't know. That's a good question. And I never thought of that. But then it comes to the same thing where just because the soap is running down your leg doesn't necessarily mean that it's being washed. Like, you literally have to scrub.
Yeah.
Like, you don't put soap on a car and then wash it off.
Yeah.
You have to scrub it out.
Really, yes.
But anyway, I just felt that we should have said. I thought that was a very interesting topic. If you want to go ahead and chime in on that topic, please leave a comment below, or comment on our podcast. Leave a rating. Give us a 5-star rating for this topic.
Yeah, that was the topic yesterday.
It was interesting though, because we just kept going into it, and I just felt like, although we were all in agreement to it, it was just weird that the thought of people that I'm hearing on the radio saying
are like, no, it's fine because it just washes off. It's not as important. Every body part is important. All of it.
It blows my mind. Like, why wouldn't you? You're already there. You're already okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting into our
social
media and relationships. Can it be healthy for the relationship?
Or hurtful.
I don't know if it could be helpful, honestly. I don't know if it brings people together, like a relationship together. I don't know if that's what it does. But I do see that it can be hurtful. But I don't see the benefit.
I see more being hurtful.
Yes.
Than helpful. Mm-hmm. But it's really how you go about it. And setting boundaries.
Okay. What do you mean by boundaries?
For example, us, right?
Okay.
When we're on social media, we're not on social media all day long.
Yeah.
When we're together, we make it a point where, okay, if we're on social media, we kind of like, we're on it, and then we share whatever we're like, I'm looking at, and then I'll be like, oh, look at this, whatever. And then you do the same thing to me. Then we watch something, and then that's it. Like, we're not all day long on social media when we're together. So I think when I'm talking about like setting boundaries, where we're not on social media and then we're ignoring or neglecting one another, I think that's where it becomes a problem. Where then I'm like so consuming my phone and I need to see what's on because of the fear of, what is that?
Missing
FOMO?
out,
Fear of missing out. And then I'm losing focus on you or the girls or my family or whatever it is that I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's where it could be hurtful, where you have to set boundaries where, okay, there's a limited time where we're on social media, and what are we watching on social media, or what are we doing on social media?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that for me personally, I normally wake up, and I shouldn't do this. I wake up and I check Twitter. Twitter is my news feed. Like, I could download a news app and just read the news, but for whatever reason, it's a little bit
more entertaining for you.
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of BS on Twitter too. I try to ignore it as much as possible. But I usually just go there and then I click what's trending and I read those topics, and that's my morning thing. Then I go about my day. Usually when I'm at work, I barely check social media, and if I do, it's only because we're posting the show, or posting anything that's promoting the show. And then at lunch, I only watch YouTube because I want to watch some of my favorite YouTubers and their videos and see what they're doing. And then home, I listen to the radio of sports. I get home, I do my home thing, whatever it is. But I'm not on it all the time. Mm-hmm. And then when I'm with Jesse, I'm barely on it. And if we are on it, it's probably like there's like a moment of silence of there's just nothing going on. Mm-hmm. Because if we're active, we're not going to be on it. But if we're like at dinner and then we're waiting for the food, if we're not talking, which is very rare, we will be on it and we'll just look and then we'll share it.
Forever talking.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. And that's really, for me, that's all it is. But it's never to the point where I'm doing it to ignore her or to avoid her. And I never put the phone upside down. I can care less.
Our phones are upside.
It's true.
Which they do make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, with me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't always have it up.
Yeah.
I could have it either or, but it's not because I'm like covering something and I'm like, oh,
But
I
that's
don't want
people
you to
get
know.
that
But
assumption that they're hiding
yes,
something.
for me, sometimes I do have it down because if I do have any notifications, which now I'm trying to have the notifications on, I don't. It will be a distraction where any little thing I'll be like, oh, and that little second could be because I'm like, oh man, I should get to that. It really doesn't. So that's why, if anything, I'll put it down. But
yeah, I think in social gatherings, that's what I do. Like when it's you and I, it's up. I don't know why. I don't care. But when it's a social gathering around with other people, it's either in my pocket or if we're at a dinner table, it's face down.
Yeah.
Because of the distraction. If something pops up, you don't want to be distracted. But as far as the relationship goes, I don't think it makes it better because I don't think it helps a relationship. You know when people say, "Oh, we should," some people may say, "We should get off of it to save our relationship." But I don't see you being on it helping. So you being off it doesn't help either.
I think when they say it'll help, it's because they're so consumed with social media individually that they're losing focus on each other.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah,
you know, like if I'm on social media and you're there, and this happened before where anywhere, friends or past relationships or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting there and then the other person's on the phone and then the full focus is not there. Like you're not giving your undivided attention. Yeah. You're not fully focused if someone's on the phone and you could be like yeah and then you're not active listening.
Yeah.
Where
I've been a victim of it and then I've done it before.
Yeah, and I've done that too where even like my sister or
You've
something.
Done it to me. And
yeah, and I'm
okay,
like,
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, so I could see how that can help where you're like, you know what, let's stay off of social media to help us because we're not focusing on each other. We're not being active. We're not being attentive to the things that are happening, even with our kids. Sometimes we're like, okay, they're not paying attention, but sometimes they don't even want to come to us because they see us being busy with our phones. So that doesn't allow them to freely come and talk to us.
You're absolutely
if you're
right.
on the phone. Even if you have the phone. Like sometimes I'm studying and I could be studying, through my phone. The girls won't come to me because they're thinking they're going to, distract me from it. But
True.
if I have my phone down, they'll be like, they're more open. That's with anybody.
Because they see that, you're available.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So
I just don't think that, and again, I could be wrong, but I just don't think that it helps in any way. I do see it, like you said, by removing it, it helps by removing it from, if you are too consumed and you're too involved in social media, by removing it from your life. It's like a drug, right? Like it really is. Like people are addicted to social media. It may not kill them, so to speak. It could if you're driving and texting. That can kill. That can kill not only you but somebody else. You're putting people in danger. If you're on social media just scrolling as you're driving, that could be dangerous. But I don't see it as a drug where too much of it you're overdose. You may overdose mentally, but it won't. I don't think it will kill you. Like it's a metaphorical thing. You know what I mean? Like physically, it won't kill you, but I do think that it will take over your life and consume your life. In a way.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and it can be an addiction, especially for young kids who are now involved in social media more than they were before because
more
of the
people are more like depressed
Snapchats.
and they're lonely and they feel like that's their getaway.
It's an escape from reality because they could be whoever they want. Nobody would ever know. And this is the thing too, and Gary Vee has said it, that social media really exposes the person you truly are inside. And I believe that to be true. There are people that are out there faking it, but that's who they are. They are. It sounds corny.
They'll fake it till they make it.
Yeah, they'll fake it till they make it. They'll fake. That's who they are. You know what I mean? They may not be that. Realistically, they may not be rich, but they'll act like they are rich, and they always act that way as if they are rich. But meanwhile, they still live in their parents' basement. So my thing is, for people who are in relationships and have social media, it shouldn't hurt your relationship. There should be an open discussion about it where you both as a couple can sit down and speak about the boundaries, so to speak, where you are able to communicate, hey, listen, when we are together, maybe we should have more time with one another.
Yes.
Rather
and
than focus
also
on the social media.
I think also how people go about it. where I remember I have a friend on. Well, he's on all my social medias, but he had posted on Snapchat once he got with his girlfriend, and they became very serious, where he is not accepting like emojis, like kissing emojis or like heart emojis, because that's like a disrespect to the relationship. Like if a girl goes and sends him like a emoji where a kissy face or something like that.
You say he's not accepting it? Like he can disable people sending
no,
those?
No.
Okay,
I'm saying like
interesting.
He's not entertaining it.
Oh, got you. Like
where
hard
he had to put,
and,
you know, like or
any
his
flirting,
anything, because you know they don't want any.
I get it.
What is that? Misunderstanding?
Yeah.
So that also applies to like what you're liking on social media, and I think it's freely to talk about that on like within conversation in your relationship.
Yeah.
You know, who's commenting, how you're commenting or whatever. That's a big issue, because I know I've seen that a lot, where there's people commenting and then you're like, why are you commenting on this person's page and liking this, blah, 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 you know, like all this stuff. Yeah. So I think that's where it becomes hurtful as well.
But
in a relationship.
I get it, but in defense, they can't control what that person says or does.
No, I know, but you could control what you write, right?
I don't get what you mean. Because let's say a woman, she posts something like they call them thirst traps, where they'll post body parts that are mainly focused on like their boobs or their ass or whatever,
like long hair, and then they be like, poosh.
Yeah.
It's like, you show your long hair like this.
No, I get it, and we've had that conversation before. But they're really just showing their body, and then you'll see multiple comments from other people saying, "Oh, you look good," all this and that, and they're in a relationship. So it's like, are you mad at her for posting or posting that, or are you mad at the comments because you can't control what they say?
You mean?
Are you confused?
Oh, I completely got confused.
No talking for you. No talking for you. You're just listening. All right. So, a woman posts a booty pic.
Okay.
She's in a relationship. 10 million guys like it, and they post disgusting comments how they want to do things to her. As the man, should you
like
be
her man? You talking about?
Yes, her man. As her man, should he be upset at her for posting that, or he should be more upset at the guys reacting to
he can't be upset at them for commenting, because
that's what I'm trying to get to, guys.
Yeah,
that's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
Yeah.
So you can't, so the thing is, whatever they post, you can't be attacking those guys. Oh, that's my girl.
No, but you could have a conversation with her about what's being posted, and then anybody's freely to post whatever they want, but also deal with the consequences if your man is kind of like, you know, it's just a more of a respect level.
Okay, so let's say I met you, for instance, and you were a booty poster. Not a booty poster, but a booty pic poster where she posts her butt, and then we start. It's like you meet a stripper, right? You meet her at a strip club, you start dating her. Can you be mad at her profession? No, because that's how you met her. So, you know, if she starts doing it out of the blue that she's never done.
Oh, this is like a whole different topic now.
No, but it's involved in that.
No. I know that, because it's like you can't control what she's posting.
No, you can't. But there are arguments about that.
Yeah.
And same thing for guys. Like same thing for women, where a guy will post something like his abs, something like that. These are like things
that.
Yeah. Or they're just being in their boxes. They show their bulge.
Or the gray pants.
Yeah, you know, no, it's true though. But this is an interesting topic, because now, in your relationship, is it disrespectful to your relationship to post something like that? Because I feel like if you're posting that, you're looking for the attention. It's not like, hey, look at me, look at my progress. If you're working out or anything like that, I don't think that to be true. I think you're looking for that attention.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's something that you have to be freely to talk about in your relationship, where you're setting boundaries. What's posted, what's not. What do you agree, what do you don't agree, and not being on a like jealousy type, but more on a respecting level. In your relationship, if you guys are really serious. You know,
and that's the thing too, right? Like when you're in the relationship, and now you start liking his stuff, he starts liking your stuff, but then there's one thing he doesn't like, or there's one thing she doesn't like. Do you start up like, yo, why didn't you like that photo? Why didn't you comment?
You didn't comment on my picture.
Yeah.
You didn't.
That becomes an issue too, right? Because now you're expecting your loved one, your spouse,
Well, if you're on social media, I would expect you to like. I mean, I don't make a big deal.
No, but there's things that I probably don't see because I'm not on it all the time.
Yeah.
So if I don't see a post, like if I post something and you don't like it, I'm not gonna be mad.
If I'm asking a question on social media,
Oh,
on a
God.
poll.
Yeah, this is a poll. Go ahead. I think this is dumb, but go ahead. Go. Say what
Are
you're
you
say.
going to answer?
But why?
Yes or no?
Well,
I just want a response.
well, if we spoke about it,
Just kidding.
this is the thing. She says she's kidding, but
No, I'm real. What was the question?
I don't remember your question, but it was a question that you asked, and I saw it, and I didn't respond because we spoke about the topic prior to you posting the question.
Oh no, the reason why I wanted it to be respond.
She doesn't even remember.
I don't know if it was a question or if it was one of those like yes or no.
Regardless.
Or whatever. I just wanted you to participate. That's it.
Okay, but if I post a questionnaire or a poll,
I know. Something pity.
yeah, I don't care if you answer.
Oh, I wasn't like mad, like, oh, you have to, like. But I know people who get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they're not participating in their posts. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
And they get upset.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why, because it's the expected, like they're expecting you as the opposite, from them. I keep saying opposite because I keep saying opposite sex, but you're the significant other.
Yeah.
That you should be involved in their social media life, and then there are those that post a million photos of them, right? And that's fine. You want to show your love. I think that's great. Promote your love. But now it gets to the point where you're promoting it, right? And then when no one's showing you that promotion, it's like, oh, it's us against the world. And then you have animosity towards there's police sirens going on. So if you're listening in the car,
Oh my god. I hope you're okay. You're okay.
Anyway, so just to finish my thought, because we got to finish this. Just because the people are not entertaining your relationship, like people are not obligated to. That's another thing too.
Nope.
You can't expect your relationship to be accepted by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you go about your business, you live your life, but don't post for the reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could be
Just
good or
post to share.
bad.
It's like your diary. Just
I think Chris Felice said it best when he was talking here on our show, where he looked at his social media. Damn, something's going on in Perth Amboy.
always is.
Yeah, it's picking.
It's
that
always
up.
lit. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, but
well, Perth Amboy is good.
No, Chris Felice was saying that he looks at social media as his personal journal.
Yeah.
And I think that's how people should.
That's how I viewed it. Yeah. That's why I never really erased a lot. Like I never took out my page when I left it for 2 years. I'm so sorry. But I never, because I love looking back at my pictures and it takes me back to like, to a time where I posted it. And yeah.
Well.
And I think we're 28 minutes?
Well, we're going to wrap it up here before this goes
I
black.
think it's 30 seconds. Oh my God.
Anyway.
It's like the countdown
you
for
can't
the
even let
new
me
year.
finish. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to go black because Jessie didn't want to let me finish. She wanted to just ramp and rave about it turning off. So just, if you see it turning off. So anyway, we're going to end the podcast here. I do want to say thank you all for tuning in to our 16th episode. And please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch our vlogs. Now we're going to start posting vlogs every Wednesday. And we post our podcast every Monday, sometimes late Sundays. So on your way to work on Monday mornings, you can listen to us. And again, like us on... Why are you laughing?
Because it turned off.
I know, it's your fault. So, like us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and you can find me on Twitter, all at Lou Nieves Jr., and you can find you, Jessie Torres.
Jessie Torres, _.
And, wherever you find your podcast, go ahead and like us on Sorry for Interrupting Podcast, and follow us on our social media.
Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a blessed year.
Yes, and Happy New Year, and again, thank you. We love you.
Have a good night.